One thing that LIV Golf has flawlessly managed to do is give the PGA Tour a run for its money, particularly the men's division. But it obviously goes without saying that women of the PGA are also facing some serious problems with the new golf league in town. In today's video, we'll be talking about what LPGA stars Nelly Korda and Lexi Thompson had to say about the possibility of LIV Golf for women. First up, here's what we know. Two LPGA stars Nelly Korda and Lexi Thompson were recently asked if they thought about playing in a LIV Golf for women event. And well, it seems like right now, they're not so sure about things. The two players are currently in New York at the Glen Oaks Club participating in the ARAMCO Team Series event. Here, they were asked to offer their thoughts as well as regarding LIV's presence in women's golf. Both players have a major win to their names and are both leading players in their sport. So of course, if they decided to take LIV's side, then it would be a huge win for the Saudi-financed league. Moving on, let's take a closer look at the ladies' attitude to LIV for women. After the attack of the LIV League on the men's PGA Tour, it's no wonder that questions have arisen about its involvement in women's sports. Several players in the LPGA have been asked to share their thoughts on the matter, and we'll be getting to that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at what started this entire conversation. Greg Norman, the CEO of LIV Golf, has made it very clear on more than one occasion that he's really interested in launching a LIV for women's franchise. The duo, while talking to the media after one of their events, were asked to share their thoughts on the subject of the LIV League. They were questioned that if a LIV Golf for women was to emerge, then would it be dealt with a similar sort of aggression as the men's league did? And by aggression, we're obviously referring to the major scrutiny the players were put through. They were even asked if they supported the Saudi government's sports washing practices. Yikes. Well, the players didn't give a straight answer to that. Rather, they started talking about the support of ARAMCO and how it's helped them grow women's golf. Alright, that might have been a pretty vague answer, but we're going to blame that on whoever asked it. Of course, they weren't going to say bad things about a Saudi golf league while they were participating in an ARAMCO event. Up next, here's everything else they had to say about LIV Golf. Thompson and Korda were also asked if the players were interested in joining LIV Golf if they were to create a league for women. They said that everything related to this topic is just a hollow conversation since nothing is certain right now. Korda went on to say that the final decision would be in the hands of the tour commissioner, not them. Thompson confirmed these sentiments by saying that right now, they were just trying to do what was best for the LPGA and doing their part in growing the game. Korda also confirmed these remarks and said she didn't focus on the speculations and that she was only trying to focus on what was in front of her. Well, that sounds like a pretty good answer. It sounds like the two LPGA stars have given their verdict. Moving on, let's take a closer look at the two players. Lexi Thompson stands firm in the 8th spot when it comes to the official money list with $1,681,122. She has an average driving distance of 272.50 yards, which puts her in the 12th spot. Her putting average is 30.34, and she has hit 193 birdies and 6 eagles. The 27-year-old began playing in 2012, and to this date, she has 11 wins to her name, including one major. Apart from her, we've got the young Nelly Korda, who had her debut season in 2017. The 24-year-old has $1,035,225 in winnings, which puts her 18th on the official money list. She has 168 birdies and 11 eagles. Korda has a putting average of 30.16 and an average driving distance of 270.83, putting her 16th on the list. The young player has 7 wins to her name and also has a major win. Well, these statistics make it very clear that if the LIV League ever decided to go for a women's league, then they'll definitely reach out to these players first. Now, here's some interesting news that you should know. These remarks of Thompson and Korda came in the same week as the heartfelt letter written by a Saudi activist to the LPGA commissioner, Molly Saman. The players, along with the LPGA Tour's board of directors, went viral. This letter urged its audience to stay away from this deceptive tour and its sports washing techniques. The activist, Lena Al-Hathlal, also wrote about the brutal treatment of her sister at the hands of the government of Saudi Arabia. She went on to reveal that the claims of the Saudi government regarding the improved situation of women were nothing but lies. Al-Hathlal went on to state that the players could instead use their platform to spread awareness regarding these issues and actually help impact the conditions in Saudi Arabia positively. Well, right now, LPGA has no prominent ties with the Saudi-financed LIV League, but we'll probably have to wait and see if things will be changing in the future or not. Moving on, let's evaluate the remarks of the players. As we mentioned earlier, the two players at the time of these comments were present in New York for an Aramco-based event, so that's definitely got a lot to contribute to this entire scenario. From what we've understood of these comments, the players will be taking a wait-and-see approach with the series. It's also pretty clear that they're not in complete opposition, since the players did appreciate the efforts made by Aramco when it comes to the Ladies European Tour. Well, at least they weren't as blunt about the whole thing as some other players. Charlie Hall, one of the golfers from the Ladies European Tour, went on to say that you'd be mad to let go of an offer from LIV. Oh well, that's one way to look at things. But interestingly, many stars made their way to New York to participate in the Aramco event for the prize money of $1 million. This event could really be the start of something new. Following up, here are Greg Norman's future plans for LIV for women. Ahead of LIV's golf debut in Asia through LIV Golf Bangkok, Norman declared that the value of LPGA players had increased in recent times. He even mentioned that his league had actually already made contact with the women's tour several months ago, but this news was later denied by Commissioner Saman. But she later told Golfweek that she hadn't completely crossed out talking to Greg Norman off her list. According to her, this was the only rational step, as it would help her evaluate all opportunities. The main objective behind a conversation between Saman and Norman would be to promote golf. But of course, they can't just decide this in a moment. The LPGA commissioner also mentioned that there was a lot of variables that she needed to deal with before finalizing a deal with the the LIV League. Apparently, they need to get the sponsors on board along with their players. Well, sounds like a pretty long process. Last up, let's evaluate if there's any chance of this collaboration happening. From what Norman has said recently, we believe that he's pretty serious about this collaboration. But then again, we can expect him just to wake up tomorrow and claim that he never made such remarks regarding LPGA. He could even deny their existence for all we know. And to be honest, it won't be very surprising since he's done similar stuff before. Yes, we're talking about him saying that no hefty offer was made to Tiger Woods when he even revealed the digits of that offer on the news. Anyways, coming back to the topic, Norman talked pretty highly of the players at the LPGA, saying that he's a staunch proponent of them. Good for him. But even if Norman is serious about expanding into the LPGA, even that's going to take some time right now. The former golfer mentioned that he had a lot on his plate. His team is currently busy with launching the men's league in 2023, so that's bound to be a lot of work. So right now, it seems like he's steering clear from that. But this obviously doesn't mean that a LIV collaboration with the LPGA is completely out of the question. And besides, from what we understand, the LPGA hasn't been as hostile towards the Saudi-backed league as the PGA Tour has. Well, that's a wrap for this video, folks. What do you think of the players' remarks? Do you think that we'll get a LIV event for women soon? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. We'll see you in the next one with the latest updates.